Okay. Thanks. Oh my.
Good morning. If you can please find your seat and let's begin our ceremony.
You're a handful, huh? Where are you going to school these days?
I'm not going to school at all, actually. I'm doing homeschooling. Tell them where you used to go. I used to actually come here.
Maybe you should come on back.
Well,
You like homeschooling, huh?
yeah.
Is that like PlayStation, Nintendo? What is homeschooling?
Well, it's more like, I'm doing weather, so it's like no electronics during the week. I only have a 4-day week. 4-day week, and I only do about
You sound like my teacher.
I only do it about four hours a day.
You like that, huh?
Fantastic. Good morning and welcome. My name is Juan Guzman. I'm the proud principal at Scotsdale Elementary School. Today, I'm honored. We are here to celebrate the beginning of construction on a new Scottsdale Elementary School. 61 years ago, after the original campus first opened its doors to the Eastwood community. On behalf of all of our future Scottsdale teachers, staff, and administration, we offer our deepest thanks and appreciation to the Board of Trustees and the voters who supported the 2019 bond that is making this project a reality for our community. And as a former teacher and parent of the school, I'm elated. I'm beyond proud. If you haven't already done so, we ask that you silence your mobile devices. Please stand for the presentation of colors, our Pledge of Allegiance, Texas Pledge, and a moment of silence. The Eastwood High School JROTC will present the colors under the command of Senior Army Major Retired Roberto Santiago. Leading the color guard is Cadet First Lieutenant Elizabeth Otto, Cadet Sergeant Joseph Omar, Cadet Sergeant First Class Alan Olguin, Cadet First Sergeant Tiffany Alvarez.
Color guard, halt, left, base, freeze that, colors.
The pledges will be led by Scottsdale student Matthew Hutter.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me in the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Please remain standing until the colors have exited.
Order, arms. Right, base. Forward, march.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Matthew Hutter. Let's give him a round of applause, and also our color guard. What a beautiful sight that is. At this time, we want to take some time to introduce some very special guests here with us today. From our board trustees, please help me welcome the following people. If you can please stand to be recognized. Trustee and representative of the Eastwood area, Mr. Mike Rosales. Thank you, Mr. Rosales. Board President and Representative of the Hanks area, Mr. Cruz Ochoa. Thank you, Mr. Ochoa. Also from Baines General Contractor, help me welcome the following people. Ishmael Panahi, President. Also Vice President John Panahi. Thank you, gentlemen. And also from GA Architecture, please help me welcome Jerry Gutierrez, Principal Architect. Thank you, Mr. Gutierrez. Will our cabinet members please stand to be recognized? Thank you very much. Also, will all the Eastwood Learning Community principals please stand to be recognized? Thank you so much. It's a great team and I'm proud to be part of it. At this time, I'd like to invite the Eastwood area representative for our Board of Trustees to the podium to share a few words. Please give a warm welcome to our trustee, Mr. Mike Rosales.
Thank you, Mr. Guzman. Can you hear me? Excuse me. First of all, I would like to thank, and I'm going to be, if I miss some of you, forgive me. But I want to thank the Eastwood troopers, cheering squad, and the drum corps. Thank you for all your work. I want to thank all of you. Yes, by all means. I want to thank the leadership of this great organization called YISD. Tremendous leadership. I've been around the block once or twice, and seldom have I seen a group of more professional, dedicated people. You won't find them anywhere in this country. And we're honored, we're blessed to have the leadership that Dr. Latorre has put together to make these things available and completed in a proper manner and in proper time. Thank you, administration. And I would also, of course, like to thank Dr. Latorre for his leadership. Excuse me. We have several of us that have been on the board for at least 6 years now, have had the opportunity to look forward and approve $845 million of improvements, of which this is part of. And the reason I mention that is because the better we prepare our children, the better they have the opportunity to learn in an environment that's conducive to this great opportunity of America, the better the chances of them attaining the levels that they ought to be attaining and not worry about competition. We have a tremendous Eastwood community here. The feeder schools that I serve, tremendous. I thank you for your leadership, all of you. I feel so secure in the fact that every day our children are being taken care of in the right manner. So now I've said enough. Excuse me. I'll start off with good morning, and thank you for being here at Scotsdale. I cannot tell you how honored I am and how humbled I am to be standing here before you. 7 years ago, I never thought I'd be here. 7 years ago, I had my business, and I still do, but I felt at that time the education was being taken care of by the right people. So I was never involved, and it happened to be the stroke of, I guess, of luck, the Lord from above guiding me to this endeavor. And I will tell you this, that I have not been more satisfied in serving the community of Eastwood for these last 6 years. It's been a tremendous joy. Challenges, yes, we've had. Decisions, yes, we've made. But I always go into meetings with one understanding. Leadership is not to be easy. When the hard decisions are made, you have to stand up and make them. And don't worry about what I did or what they're going to say. Worry about how do we get this thing better. And I think through the course of the last 6 years, we as a board have tried our best to do what's right for the teachers, the children, first of all, the children, the teachers, all you workers, and of course, our taxpayer. I thank you for the tremendous support that you've given the East Lake Independent School District. And now, if I may, I would like to, I guess, introduce, where am I? I forgot to mention Mr. Guzman. You know, with this pandemic, you don't get to talk and see people, but glad I'm here. Who follows me? Okay, listen, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Can we give Mr. Rosales another round of applause, please? We love Mr. Rosales. Thank you for all you do, sir. And now it is my honor. Thank you, Mr. Rosales. I want to introduce the leader of our district, of our absolutely wonderful district, and help me welcome to the podium to share a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Xavier de la Torre. Jarvis, let me know if I'm amazing too, okay? I haven't said anything. You gotta wait. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful morning, and for most of this month, we've spent several days at groundbreakings, and I think it just hits you one day that what this school district has accomplished over the last 7 years is pretty special, monumental in many ways, and extraordinary. But the reality is that none of this is possible without the support of a high-performing, cohesive board of trustees that has confidence, faith, and trust in its leaders. And I owe these two gentlemen and the other trustees a debt of gratitude, because without their approval, without their authority, we could not have moved forward on not just one bond measure, which is pretty special to begin with, but two bond measures. And as Mr. Rosales mentioned, in excess of $840 million has been invested in this school district over the last 7 years. And it's been all on behalf of the nearly 40,000 students that we serve today, and generations of students that we will serve in the future. The second thing is that this couldn't be possible without having an amazing group of people who support me every day, every year. And those are members of my cabinet, the leadership at the central office, and the principals and their instructional leadership teams at our schools. And especially this last year, I do want to take a moment and acknowledge the great leadership that we had during a very difficult and trying time during the pandemic at all of our schools. These principals are special people, and they're actually what separate us from neighboring school districts and school districts throughout Texas. It's a very unique, I think, brand of leadership. It's a very unique DNA, a leadership profile that you won't find everywhere. And I believe that that is the secret sauce that has made this school district so special, not just here, but across the state. So good morning and buenos dias. Thank you for being here to help us commemorate the start of construction on our largest 2019 bond project in the Eastwood Learning Community, the rebuilding of Scotsdale Elementary School. This is a project that has been on the radar for several years. Scotsdale is among our most populous elementary schools, with an average enrollment of approximately 850 students over the past decade. But the systems at this school were also near the end of their usefulness, and we knew that transforming Scotsdale into a 21st century learning environment would be a substantial multi-million-dollar investment. Now, thanks to the incredible support of voters who cast their ballot for the district's 2019 bond, we do have the resources to make that transformation a reality. In about 18 months, August of 2022, This site will be transformed into the new Scotsdale Elementary School, which will feature a state-of-the-art $40 million facility with a capacity for 800 students, and it will also be home to the new softball complex at Eastwood High School. Similar to our other newly constructed schools, Scottsdale was designed with flexibility and innovation in mind, and we are grateful for the community's support of our ambitious plan to upgrade, renovate, and rebuild schools in every learning community. We look forward to the completion of this project. We apply the same standards that we have always applied, that projects are to be on time, under budget, the quality that students, faculty, and staff need and deserve, and all things being equal, we have done our very best to rely on local labor. At this time, I just want to thank you all, but before I finish, I also want to acknowledge the partnership and the relationship that we've had with Baines, going way back to my days in the neighboring school district. I just can never remember the name of that organization. But we knew them there, and they've always been a very reliable and reputable company. And we don't make apologies for going with people who we believe have earned our business and our trust, and Baines is certainly one of them. And then, of course, the architects, Jerry and his team, do some amazing work. Some of my favorite schools are from the work of GA. Thomas Manor, I think, may be one of my favorite elementary schools, but let's see if they can top that here at Scottsdale in about 18 months. And again, all of you, have a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. As you can imagine, the last 7 years have been among the most fulfilling and rewarding in my professional career. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. De La Torre. Can we give him another round of applause, please? This is probably my favorite part of the ceremony today is celebrating our very own scholars. I'd like to welcome one of our Scottsdale scholars to the podium to share a few words. Can you please give Hannah Leigh Esparza a round of applause?
I would like to first say it is an honor to be here with you today. Thank you, YSD School Board, especially Mr. Rosales, to our Superintendent, Dr. Guerrero, and to my principal, Mr. Guzman. Today's groundbreaking ceremony represents so much more than just a new building for our Scottsdale cadets. Today is about the investment that YSD and the Eastwood community has made in my future, and I would like to say thank you. Thank you for the contribution and the education of Scottsdale scholars, both present and future. By doing so, you are even a greater part of cultivating an environment where we can grow as learners academically and emotionally. Even as a third grader, I am well aware of the rich Eastwood traditions that shine in our community. On behalf of my fellow cadets, we must say we cannot wait to carry on the traditions who came before us and those who will come after us. Thank you again to everyone who played a part. Cadets excel.
All right, let's give Hannah Leigh another round of applause.
Good morning. My name is Monica Bucios. I'm the Director of District Affairs at Isleta ISD. And now the big moment has arrived. I'd like to ask our trustees, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, Dr. De La Torre, Principal Guzman, and representatives from Baines General Contractors and GA Architecture, and students Emery Puga and Xavi Leger to step up to the shovels for the groundbreaking. Once you are situated, we will take a picture to commemorate this day. If you are comfortable, you can remove your mask for the picture.
Ready?
If you can remove your mask for a brief second, we'll take the picture. Thank you. We're getting ready for the picture here to my right. Okay, awesome. We're ready to go. Everybody grab your shovel if you have not already. And we're going to count down from 5 to 1. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dig. The kids always have the most fun, I think. Thank you all very much for joining us this morning. Please give the Eastwood cheerleaders, along with the drumline, a huge round of applause for being out here. We appreciate you all. And thank you for joining us. Before you leave, if you'd like to grab some coffee, pastries that has been provided by